The quest for growing the perfect broccoli variety continues. In today's episode, we look at growing the Gypsy hybrid broccoli variety. So we are sowing our broccoli seeds in Irvine, California, Zone 10, and we are sowing our seeds in November, which is the fall season, almost leaning towards winter. If you have very cold winters, what I would suggest is sowing your seeds somewhere around January or February so that you get about 6 weeks till your last frost date, and then what you can do is transplant your seedlings. Now, one more question that a lot of viewers have asked me is whether growing hybrid vegetable varieties are good or bad, or are they GMOs? So let me just put this question to rest. So hybrids and GMOs are two totally different things. You have heirloom seeds, which are seeds that can be grown over generations. You can just save your seeds and grow them for the next season. And then you have hybrids like these, which are selected to grow the best plants. They are not GMOs. They are just natural selection of plants to get the best possible plants that you can grow in your home garden. So by all means, go ahead and buy these kind of seeds. You won't be disappointed. Now, 21 days since we sowed these seeds, you can see that the seedlings have emerged, and at this stage, they're free to be transplanted into your raised beds or your containers. And the reason we wait for the seedlings to grow this big is because you don't want cutworms eating away into your young seedlings. And as you can see here, this is a raised bed where we will be transplanting our seedlings. And I've tried many variations of how many broccoli plants grow in one raised bed properly. This is a 4 foot by 4 foot raised bed. And I have grown about 12 plants in the past. And then one of our YouTube viewers commented that I was not really growing a lot of plants. I should be growing more plants in my 4 feet by 4 feet raised bed. So that's when I decided that I should try with 16 plants. So 4 by 4, 4 plants in a row, 4 plants in each column. And that gives me a total of 16 plants in this 4 by 4 raised bed. And this has been working very well so far for growing broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower. I get enough room for the plants to grow and also maximize the growing space that I have. Now we have added a lot of organic matter into this bed. Broccoli requires good amounts of nitrogen to be present in the soil, and we have been working in compost into this raised bed for quite a while now. And remember that your organic supplements or organic additions to your garden bed do take some time to break down. So prepare your beds well in advance. I would say the best way to accomplish this is to keep adding organic matter every time you plant new seedlings or new plants into your raised bed. That way you get the best available soil for your raised bed. Now, I have never experienced something called Clubroot for my broccoli plants, but if you have experienced Clubroot in the past, what you can do is either compact your soil a little bit just by pressing onto the soil around the broccoli plants. Now at 66 days, you can see that the plants have grown pretty large, and at this stage, you can add a next round of fertilizer to your plants. Now, you can use either a liquid fertilizer, a water-soluble fertilizer that's meant for vegetables, or you can use compost tea, which is a great fertilizer when used every 3 weeks or so. And you can see here that about 101 days after sowing, the plants have grown pretty big, and these are the first signs you can see the broccoli buds emerging, and they will grow larger as time goes by. And it's now time for us to harvest our first broccoli head. As you can see here, the heads are very firm, very nice. If you are growing broccoli in the right way, this is how your head should look like. They should not be long and stringy and loose when you're harvesting them. They should be nice and firm, as you can see here. And broccoli has a lot of health benefits. It's extremely nutritious and it's known to prevent some forms of cancers because it contains substances which are called isothiocyanates, which ward off some forms of cancers like prostate cancer. Now, broccoli must be grown in full sun. You need about 6 to 8 hours of sun to grow your broccoli plants, and that will give you the best tasting broccoli that you've ever grown. Now, the kind of broccoli that you get, the taste, the size, depends a lot on the variety of broccoli that you're growing. So I would suggest that you try out growing different broccoli varieties and then see which one is the best that works out for you. So in this plant profile video today, we are looking at the Gypsy hybrid broccoli. And in one of our previous videos, we had seen how to grow the Sun King broccoli. The Sun King broccoli is one broccoli variety that's resistant to heat. It does not bolt in extreme weather. And this variety is actually now one of my favorite varieties to grow, the Gypsy hybrid. It produces really good sized heads. The broccoli is very delicious. When we harvested and prepared this broccoli, the kids loved it a lot. The taste was excellent. And we could make a lot of dishes with this broccoli that we harvested from our garden. So growing your own food is very rewarding. Broccoli again is my number one favorite vegetable to grow and eat. I just love eating broccoli. And I'm sure that there are a lot of you who are watching this video that love to eat broccoli as well. So all in all, I would suggest this broccoli variety for you to grow in your home garden. You can easily buy these seeds at any garden center in the hardware improvement stores like Home Depot or Lowe's in your area. Very easy to get these seeds. You can also buy these seeds on Amazon. I'll try to provide a link in the video description so that you can buy these seeds. As far as insects and diseases go, I didn't have any insects attacking my broccoli plant. I try not to use any insecticides or pesticides at all. And even if I do use them, I use organic methods only, like water or soap or neem oil. But in this case, I didn't have to use any kind of insecticides. The broccoli plants were very healthy throughout the growing season. They produced excellent quality broccoli heads, which were firm and nice. And each plant produced a lot of broccoli. So there was one main head that each plant produced. And once we harvested the main head, the plant also produced some side buds or side shoots of broccoli that we could harvest for a very long time. And this is one good benefit of growing broccoli in your garden. You can get to harvest your broccoli heads for a very long time. So at about 127 days since sowing, the biggest heads are getting produced in this broccoli plant. And we sowed and harvested this broccoli from 2 raised beds. If you've been watching my gardening series, my monthly gardening series videos, you would have seen that we are growing this in 2 raised beds. And this is the other raised bed that we are growing our broccoli plant in. Now we did have a lot of rain and hail, as you might have seen from our previous month's video. So I did have to support these broccoli plants by some small stakes. And by supporting them with these small stakes, they stood up very well and they were able to grow very easily throughout the growing season. At about 139 days after sowing, some of the other broccoli heads started showing up. The plants that were the last ones to catch up. And you can see that the heads are very beautiful. We were able to harvest this throughout January and February and also towards the beginning of March. So all in all, this was a very long harvest season. And I again recommend this broccoli variety to every one of you. You should try growing this broccoli variety. I'm sure that you'll be very happy with the results. And another important thing to check is your soil pH. Broccoli loves pH which is between 6.5 to 6.8. You can easily test pH using one of the tools that you will see in the description, the video description. I'll provide a link to the pH measuring tool. Now, once your broccoli grows to what you're seeing here, where it started producing flowers, you need to remove them. Now I was actually late in harvesting these broccoli heads and they started flowering. And as you can see here, they're still edible. This broccoli is still edible. But because of the delay in harvesting it, they are now slightly flowering, as you can see here. And broccoli heads, broccoli florets, flowers, they're all very healthy and very delicious. It's just that you need to remove them to avoid butterflies laying their eggs on your broccoli plants, which in turn will have caterpillars eat your plants up. So for the best results, just try to harvest the heads when they are young and tender like this one, so that you get the best broccoli out of your garden. So there we have it, folks. That was our episode on how to grow broccoli, the Gypsy hybrid broccoli variety. I hope you like this broccoli variety, and I would like to know from you, my YouTube viewers, what varieties of broccoli do you like to grow in your garden? Do leave in a comment, and if you like this video, do give us a thumbs up. We'll see you again soon. Happy gardening.